Okay, welcome back to the studio. Like I said in the last few, these recordings are a little rough. Anyway, today I'm gonna trim that platter that I made the other day. It's leather hard and ready to trim. So like I said, I'm the one-man band here, so I'm gonna change the camera angle. So hold on here. Now, let's see how that is. Okay, keeping in mind this platter is about 18 inches across. Get my stronger glasses on. That's these. Okay, these are the tools that I have. Cleaning it a little bit. Now I've already checked in other things. I'll be in more detail on how to trim. But if you can listen, you can tell that it gets thicker on the end. So this is where I've already made my line. Now first, I'm unplugging the wheel so it wouldn't just start spinning on me. This wheel does not have an on and off switch. It broke, so I bypassed it. So I've already centered it. I did that beforehand because centering can be a pain. You can see my fingers. Ever so slightly. If you notice, I'm supporting the tool. This finger right here is like a shock absorber. It balances on the wheel, or on the pot, and then it also balances the tool. And I'm just turning it ever so slightly, trying to have an even amount of pressure. So that's my outside edge. So now I can bounce my fingers off of that for stability. Now that's the outside foot. And that's the inside of the foot. Problem with trimming these large platters is the trimmings fly all over the place. So now I'm going to gouge out the center here, starting in the center. I'm holding in my left hand. I'm supporting it with my right. My fingers are holding the tool and touching the clay. And it's like a record player in reverse. Watching that come out like that, I was just thinking how record players spin counterclockwise. So do NASCAR and horse racing. Several years back I was watching some show around Kentucky Derby time, and they mentioned that when they first started horse racing in this country, they started racing counterclockwise because in England and Europe they were racing clockwise. And they were going to be rebellious and they weren't going to do it the same way the British were. I wondered wondering if that's why records go counterclockwise, just because it was invented in the United States and not somewhere else. I'm just taking a little bit off with the flat edge. And I'll clean that up with the other tool a little bit. Now I'm just taking this tool here, and actually I'm just going to burnish this. A little bit needs to come off yet. There we go. This just gets rid of the scratch marks. Now I'm going to take this side down and fix the edge. Ever so gently, trying to hold a consistent pressure. Just rolling it up and then rolling it down. Ever so slightly. I'm going to take my fingertips and just smoothen this edge. Sometimes I'll take my fingernail. Now you can see this shadow here and this edge, you can tell just exactly what needs to come down. Pulling it up. And sometimes when it gets closer you can use a round edge. Remember that the other side was slightly rounded, so I can round this in. I like to use this edge here of this tool to make an undercut. Just kind of creates the illusion of like a pedestal, and also is a good glaze catch when you're applying glaze. Just rolling it up. Okay. I don't want this foot this wide, so I'm balancing my fingers over the edge to stable the tool. There's my outside edge. I'm going to make it nice and smooth. Oops, a little too far. Well, nothing's perfect. All the pieces off. One of my trademarks is I like to put a little spiral. It's my fingernail. Center. I'm going to polish this foot a little bit. Also this edge here. This just gets rid of some of the scratchy marks. And there we have it. Sign it. Okay. Oh. And there we have it. I'm going to push that down just a little bit. And now, if I stick my head, now I'm going to put this thing in the slow dry box so it dries nice and slow and doesn't crack. Well, that was trimming this panel, or this platter. And maybe we might be back on in a few hours if the people coming for the getaway want to be on TV. Well, thanks again. Here's my scary face. See you next time.